Okay, here we go with a song I wrote about 5 years ago when I was traveling across the country with my little dog Bella and my 95 Jeep Cherokee. And I stopped at a friend's place. She has a restaurant and a tavern right there outside Tucumcari, New Mexico. And she said, "Are you going to play for us?" So we don't have anybody. And I said, "Sure." So I did. And I played for tips and dinner. Made some good tips and then had a great dinner later. I'm sitting out later after the pool crowd came in, and I had to move out of the little tiny area where you had to play so they could play pool. And so anyway, then I got my dinner, went out on the patio. I'm sitting there, and the sun's it's already gone down, but you can still see across the desert, and I see a cowboy riding in on a horse. And he comes on up to the patio, gets off the horse, ties it off, goes inside, gets a beer, comes back out and said, "You've got my favorite seat." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that." And so I sat there and talked with him while he drank his beer, and I ate my dinner, and then he went in to shoot pool. And I thought, I've got to write a cowboy song. But I was in a sarcastic mood that day. So I wrote one. It's called "Screw You and the Horse That You Rode In On." And I don't yodel, but I'm going to fake it. So here we go. Yep, I'm going to try it. Here we are. I met a cowboy out along the old road in New Mexico. He rode in on a horse. He said his name was Bo. But that cowboy told me one thing that made a lot of sense. He said, "Now you can't be a rock if you don't roll." And I said, "Screw you and the horse that you rode in on. You were better off just riding out on the range. Screw you and the horse that you rode in on. Lock you outside my door in the pouring rain. I ain't never been a drinking woman, but a man like you can make me change my mind. Well, now if I have to hear another bad joke and all of them lies, well, now you'll be going home alone tonight. Yes, you will. Screw you and the horse that you rode in on. Well, you were better off just riding out on the range. Screw you and the horse that you rode in on. I liked you outside my room in the pouring rain. Yodel-day, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yodel-day, yeah, yeah. I told you I couldn't yodel. Have a good one.